I'm here to make it short and sweet, folks. We're going to talk about doing a container garden in the urban setting. A little bit about myself. I've been in the green industry for 30 blah 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 years, and I've been gardening here in Atlanta for the last 18. This is just a quick overview of some of the different containers that we offer at the store. Our boxes and our planters are all made from reclaimed red cedar. Our workshop is actually right at the store. So not only is it made in the USA, it's made right here in the heart of the city as well. We have a great selection of planters. We have a wonderful selection of vegetables and herbs that you can use in your container gardenings. But the most important thing about that is that herbs and vegetables really need about at least 4 to 6 hours of direct hot Atlanta sun. And that might be a challenge for you. So you need to consider your location of where you want your planters to be on your deck. And you also need to consider what the sun exposure is. Really only two major tools that you need when you're using Farmer D organic soils and containers. The number one tool is a credit card. Because if you purchase your products from us, you don't need any trowels, you don't need any shovels, you don't need any weed cloth. All you need are your hands, and the other tool that you need is a watering aspect. You need to make sure that you can get water to your plants. Because if it's hard to get the water to it, you're not going to do it. You might do it for a few weeks in the spring, but trust me, in June and July, it's not going to happen. When you come to Farmer D, we focus on several aspects of the organic garden. Our herbs and vegetables are all grown and maintained in an organic, certified organic field. The flowers that I bring in are native plants for the southeast and Georgia. We're focusing on heirloom varieties that have been growing in Atlanta, Georgia for the last 200 years that are still in the market, but we need to re-educate everybody because, let's face it, 200 years ago we didn't have irrigation, we didn't have fertilizers, we were able to do a lot of pretty flowers. The third thing that we focus on is the beneficial flowers that bring in the beneficial insects into your landscape, as well as the pollinators. So even if you just want to grow vegetables, I hate to break it to you, you got to get the flowers in there. And if you need more explanation on that, you come see me at the store and you'll see the beautiful flowers and how that can be functional and fabulous at the same time. Okay, so you've got your bag of the planting mix. We also have this in a bulk soil if you need more of it. We can talk about that at the shop. You always want to open your bags from the top so that if you don't use all of it, you can roll it up and save it. Okay? What you want to do, so you want to site your location of where you're going to put the container, because once you fill it with soil, it's going to be heavier and you're not going to want to move it around. So what I'm doing is I'm filling this up with our planting mix, which again is a combination of our biodynamic compost as well as aged pine bark, topsoil, and sand. The idea that my hand can go into this easily is what you always want in your garden, whether it's a pot or whether you're in the ground. You want those roots to be able to go just as easily. Okay, if your hand can't get into it, odds are the roots can't get into it either. So now that I've got my soil level just about right, I'm going to add my organic fertilizer, which is the other key component to our soil system and belief and philosophy, is that if you have a living soil, it's a self-sustaining soil. Using the fertilizer for me is a very scientific process. I just call it sprinkling like cinnamon sugar on toast. However much cinnamon sugar you like. You cannot burn with the organic fertilizers, which is another reason that we really recommend them. Aside from the chemical aspect, it's a lot less impact on your soil. Okay, not the prettiest smell in the world, but it dissipates. It's the cycle of life. Now I'm going to take my hands and just mix it into the top part of the soil. And not for nothing, you can wear gloves with it. I've been doing this a long time. I hate wearing gloves. I'm not entering any beauty contests, so I'm not worried about any pedicures and manicures. So feeling the soil is part of the process. It's like if you've ever made bread and you've enjoyed that textural, tactile part of it, planting is the same way. Once you got it filled and everything, Then you just go inside and get a cup of coffee or a glass of iced tea and come back and set out your plants. Don't try to do it all in one thing. Don't try to rush it. If you do something like that, then you're missing half of the experience. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stage these plants. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them out the way I think I want it to look. So if you feel uncomfortable with this part of the process, that's another reason why you come to us at the garden center. Nothing makes me happier than going through the steps, picking out the plants, and actually laying it all out. You take a picture of it with your digital camera, then we put it in a box and you just take it home and recreate it. Digital cameras are a gardener's best friend. So if this is what you want to do, take them out in a fashion. Don't just take them out and put them over here because you're going to forget. So take them out in the fashion of the way they're going to be placed in the garden. You want to start on your outside edge and work your way in. If you start here and go that way, you're going to break your plants. Gently squeeze the side of your pots, and doing it over the planter lets all that soil just fall right into the planter. Set your pot to the side. Take your plant tags out for now, and you can always put them back in so you can identify them. If you're not sure what it is, put it back in the pot that it came from. So I'm putting this right back in here and setting it to the side. You want to gently come in and break up that root system. You want that root system to come out of that circular pattern and start going out. You want those roots to go in search of the water. And again, I'm going to remind you that you want them to go in search just like you want your hands to go in search. So, I've got my placement. The nice thing about these containers is it doesn't have to all grow inside this box. You can angle things so that they spill out of the box as well. So now I'm coming around and I'm tucking my soil. Just like when your mom baked a cake and she slammed down the pot so there were no air pockets, you want to do the same thing with plants. If you've got an air pocket on that root ball, your root ball's not going to be happy. And it's all about being happy. This is a biodegradable pot that we carry at the store that a lot of our growers grow in now. You have to break it up a lot. Unfortunately, you can't squeeze the sides of it like you can the plastic pots, so you end up doing this a lot. And not for nothing, it kind of feels good. It's a very important aspect. Even if your soil is moist when you start and the plants are moist when you start, you need to water that soil in so the connection between the new soil and the root systems is cohesive and together. Once you make that bond, you have your fertilizer, you have your own little ecosystem going in this box, you're pretty much good to go. The tools that you need to bring to the game, besides your credit card, is an idea of fun and photographs of the space that you want to do. If you want to take photographs of the deck that you want to work on, that's really helpful to us in the garden center. If you want to take pictures from inside your house where you're going to be looking out that window, that's very helpful as well. Whether it's in a container on your balcony, whether it's at your front or back door, whether it's in your garden in a 4x10 box, we can help you put all those components together. We can do it in a small amount of time, and you can have a really pleasant experience growing your own herbs, vegetables, and ornamental flowers for Atlanta. Hey y'all, my name's Allison. I'm the retail manager at Farmer D Organics Garden Center, which is located on the corner of Briarcliff and La Vista, right in the heart of the city. The focus of our garden center is an organic philosophy. You can go to our store and go to our webpage to get more information about the biodynamic aspect for the company.